Hi, let's look at the following question. I want you to pause the video, give it a try, and then see my solution. What is average? You'd remember your teacher saying average is the total sum of some numbers divided by the number of numbers. That's like in our example across here. Here I have four numbers, 5, 8, 7, and 4. And the sum of these numbers, meaning that if I add them up, I get 24. And if I divide them by the number of numbers, here I have four numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I divide them by 4, I'll get the average or the mean is 6. This 6, or the mean, is the amount if all the numbers were shared equally. So calculating the mean is very helpful. It's like if these numbers were shared up equally and not one more than the other, some small, some large, each of the numbers would be 6 if we had shared them equally. So the four numbers, if shared equally, would be 6, 6, 6, 6. I want you to remember this because I'll come back to it as we go through the class. Let's go to the problem. Notice that in the problem, the mean of 7 batsmen in a cricket match is 23. Remember what I said. Think about mean as if all the batsmen got an equal share of 23. So when we see mean, we're thinking each of the numbers or each of the 7 batsmen got a share of 23. Let's start with a quick table. Think about it. I have 7 batsmen. I know the mean, that's if each batsman scored 23 runs. Well, I can find out the total. And I would say 23 7 times. 23 7 times is 161. As we read on, we found out that 2 batsmen batted. So let's put the 8th batsman, and then we have the 9th batsman. And when those 9 batsmen batted, the mean increased by 13. So think about that. If the mean increased by 13, the mean will now be 13 more than it was before. It's going to be 36. Remember, there were 9 batsmen. I want you to remember this. The mean is when every batsman scored about the same amount. So here, think about those 36 9 times. And 36 9 times, give me a moment, 324. That's 324 runs in total by the 9 batsmen. So we can tell that after those extra 2 batsmen batted, the runs went up quite a bit. Let's read on. We know that the 10th batsman was out, so he batted. And the average score of the 11 batsman was 38. So let's continue. So we know that there was a 10th batsman. We don't know his score. Then there was an 11th batsman, and the average was 38. So the average here is 38. Let's do that again. Let's remember. Remember, the amount, mean, is the amount if all the batsmen shared the same score. So if each of the batsmen had 38 runs, this is going to be 38 times 11. I know my 11 timetables. That's 88. 3 11s are 33, and 8 is 41. So this total represents 11 batsmen batting. We can clearly see that if we wanted to find out how much the 10th and 11th batsmen scored, we'd have to increase this amount. We'd have to increase this amount to 418. So let's do that now. We're going to find out the total for the 10th and 11th batsmen by saying 418 take away 324. That's going to find how much more runs, how many more runs the two batsmen scored. They scored 94 runs. That was scored by the 10th and 11th batsman. Now, there's a bit of an equal sharing. 10th batsman scored more than the 11th batsman. We can think of it like this. The 10th batsman more than the 11th batsman. And that extra is 20. Now remember, their total together is 94 runs. Let's make a number sentence out of this. These two boxes, we'll put two boxes here. Those are the two unknown portions of the diagram. Plus the 20 extra runs scored by the 10th batsman is equal to 94. We can tell that this here can be found out by working backwards. So we're going to say 94, take away 20, that's 74. And the 74 would be equal to the two boxes. Since the two boxes are the same, we will be dividing by 2. Here we get 37. 37 runs. This means that the 11th batsman scored 37 and the 10th batsman scored 37 plus 20, which would be 57 runs. The question is asking, calculate the score of the 11th batsman. The 11th batsman scored 37 runs.